The girl tore off her bra, rolled it into a ball and stuffed it into her shoe, then threw the shoe off the top of the skyscraper. It was the only way they could think of to call for help. Watching the trajectory of the shoe through the telescope, Hunter's heart raced, but when the shoe hit the ground, nobody seemed to notice. As despair began to set in, Becky spotted a figure through the telescope. They screamed at the top of their lungs, but the man couldn't hear them over the barrier of the tower. Their dog, however, seemed to sense something, though it was quickly called back by its owner. Just as the man was about to leave, Becky suddenly had an idea. She threw her shoe, but missed. She then threw her last shoe, which luckily struck the metal structure with a loud thud, catching the attention of both the dog and the man. Yet the man simply picked up the shoe and walked away. Becky pulled out a flare gun to fire a signal, but Hunter stopped her, knowing it was pointless, since the man was already too far away. Hunter noticed a camper nearby setting up a barbecue, and figured it was better to wait until nightfall for a better chance of being spotted. They waited for darkness to fall. Becky tried to fire the flare gun, but it misfired. Just as the man was about to get into the camper, Becky tried again. This time the flare lit up the night sky, catching the man's attention. Hunter waved her phone, and they were overjoyed thinking they had finally been seen. However, the man instead used a crowbar to break into the camper, stole it, and flipped them off. The next day, with no rescue in sight and their phones broken, Hunter suggested climbing down to retrieve their backpack. Becky, though worried, accepted. With the rope securely fastened, Hunter began her descent, but ran into an unexpected setback. Fortunately, she had a strong mental game and solid climbing skills. To steady herself, she made it close to the backpack, but couldn't quite reach it. Hunter unclipped the safety rope, hung on with one hand, and stretched the other toward the backpack, but it was just out of reach. In a desperate move, she leaped toward it, barely landing on a ledge. She grabbed the water from the backpack, much to Becky's envy. Now the problem was getting back up. The rope was just out of reach. Hunter used a selfie stick to hook the backpack onto the rope. She jumped again, caught the bag midair, and started climbing back up. They were almost there when another setback hit.